Awungoba sengehlulekile ngithelele no poison ngife ngoba sengizame konke upoison ngife. Let's talk about Kgaogelo Sekgota, the Kaizer Chiefs management, and how they've handled this whole situation of his departure and Kabatino Mango. Kodwa ngithelele no poison ngife. Hello and welcome to Khosi Nation Fan TV. I am Pelo, I am your host, and this is where fans meet and talk about Kaizer Chiefs, Khosi Football Club. Kgaogelo Sekgota has left Kaizer Chiefs. It's official. It's not even like reports. In fact, this thing was reported a few hours before Chiefs confirmed the situation. Let's dissect what actually happened. And let's look back at how the situation could have been handled way better than how it ended up being handled. Okay, let's start with the announcement itself. Unplayable, Itiski Times and SAPC reported the story of Kgaogelo Sekgota is leaving a Kaizer Chiefs and is going to Stellenbosch. I'll tell you why that's making me shout. Because I talked a few months back, if not weeks, Kuti Kaizer Chiefs were looking to sign Usibongiseni Mthethwa. They, according to my reports, sent in their offer for Mthethwa, which was rejected by Stellenbosch. I sat here and I said, if Chiefs wants Mthethwa from Stellenbosch, one, right? That's the first point of contact. Who we have a good relationship with, that's the second point of contact. Who also need to replace Junior Mendieta, that's the third point of contact, as a winger. But not only that, because Junior Mendieta might have been also played as a number 10, but Stellenbosch play counter-attacking football, which would suit Sekgota and playing behind defenses. Why not use Kgaogelo Sekgota for the deal to sign Usibongiseni Mthethwa then? I sounded like I was crazy. People said it seems like no Stellenbosch asimfuni Sekgota. Guess what? Unplayable, Itiski Times, SAPC, they have all reported ukuthi Kaizer Chiefs' former winger, Kgaogelo Sekgota, is going to join Stellenbosch after, guess what? Listen. After terminating his contract with Kaizer Chiefs. No, he wasn't released. They had a negotiation with him to settle him out and say, here's the money, we're buying you out of your contract because we don't need you. We saw this Uguti during the preseason. He wasn't involved. Now, they could be Uguti Mpilo. Are you sure they didn't do that? To me, it's saying if Chiefs, let's just say Chiefs offered 4 million, which is the amount of money they usually spend. If they offered 4 million to Stellenbosch for a player, by the way, who's on his final year contract here, and also offered Kgaogelo Sekgota, isn't that better than paying Sekgota out of his contract and just losing him? Because they were going to lose him either way. So you might as well utilize Ugumlose. Okay, fine. Maybe that's another story. Opas. What's the name of the team? TS Galaxy could do the same. We have a player that we want to release that we see who is surplus to requirements, offer him to another team. Mina guys vele mina angazi mhlambe ikhanda lami aliphili kahle ikhanda lami liphila kahle ngihlakaniphe kabi. Well, that does sound arrogant, but no. I'm just trying to motivate myself. The point being, I don't get how we didn't do this and end up getting Mthethwa, especially since it was confirmed by very reliable sources ukuthi Chiefs did try to sign Usibongiseni Mthethwa. Sekgota is going to play for Stellenbosch. Theleleni poison if. And you know what's funny and interesting about this whole situation? It's the fact that when Chiefs announces these things, they they said his new club will be announced in due time. We already know it's Stellenbosch. Maybe it's not. But come on, SABC, they usually don't report lies. It is key times Nabo. Usually they report true stories. Unplayable Nabo, they're up there. His club will be announced in due time, but they add on that. Well, they don't add anything. They just thank the player, but they don't talk Uguti. We've came to a settlement. You remember when they were releasing some players, they would talk Uguti, they are releasing them, because basically coming to a settlement with the player is basically releasing a player, because you're saying Nansi Mali Hamba. Angazi ngizongitshela ukuthi ngicabanga before I talk about Mango, but all I can say personally is wow. And I know people will now say, but we don't need Usibongiseni Mthetho, because we are missing the point. They wanted Usibongiseni Mthetho at that time. Now, because here's the thing that I've been complaining about, because I'm trying to complain, I mean, fine. I'm ending my comments. My other problem with the Chiefs is that we monitor situations as if we have the luxury of monitoring situations. What do I mean by monitoring situations? I mean, we wait for players to be available before we sign them. Indaba kaThabo wasn't anywhere near ukhulunywa ngayo ukuthi it's happening. It started happening the moment they realized ukuthi i-situation yakhe ne-Radio Mark is not developing. There is nothing happening. Therefore, that team is not going to utilize him as such. Let's go and get the player, right? But otherwise, they were not making any moves. Which means to me, see, what's the word? We are not active. We are just passive. And go to, hey, now available. Let's go get him. I've addressed this before. So yes, Sekgota wasn't playing. Yes, I had my issues with Sekgota. He had become predictable for Chiefs. Styler Sake was not fitting. But at times, I just remember the chronicle that we scored against Maritzburg. The first goal that Tumdu scored for the senior team. There was a 10 that Sekgota made. Yes, I will never forget the 10. He made the 10. He turns inside, passes Billiard. Billiard crosses the ball. Mdu scores a goal. Beautiful play. Beautiful play. Had a potential of getting better and better. But I'm not crying over Uguti. He should have stayed. I am saying this thing should have gotten us a player instead of just paying this player and then being done with him. Let's move on to Kabatino Mango. Please like the video. We are going to the weekend. The season is starting at the weekend. Let's get to the weekend having reached 14,000, because it's Kgaogelo look figure 15,000. But let's get to 14,000 before Saturday. I will be very happy. Like the video, share it, do everything else that needs to be done. Let's move on to Kabatino Mango. You remember when I said, Labantu laba bakomtaung sometimes. I love the team. I don't want to come across as if I hate them. I just sometimes feel hard done by what they do as a fan. They're not being fair to me. What am I even talking about? So now Thomas Mlambo on Saturday, le Botswana. So Bobby, tell us, there are links with you. Thomas Mlambo doesn't talk like that, but I'm trying his impression. There are links with Kaizer Chiefs and Kabatino Mango. Is that a possibility, Bobby? No, I don't deal with names. I really don't deal with names. My job is to facilitate the atmosphere in the club, and I don't deal with names. But we are looking for strikers, and but not Kabatino Mango. We are not looking at Kabatino Mango, but we are looking at other strikers. 2 days later, Mike Mancave, agent Kabatino Mango, who works with Kaizer Chiefs. He doesn't just belittle. And also, I think Mike Mancave, this is what he's good at. I never hear Mike Mancave talking bad about a team. Because even in that interview, when he was talking Radio 2000, he's protecting Amazulu. He's saying, yes, Amazulu want to get rid of Mango, but they must also respect Tuguti. He has a contract with them. Comes to the other side. He's saying, yes, we are discussing with other teams, Mango to go to those teams. And then they're asking him, is Kaizer Chiefs one of those teams? He says, yes. So it's either Mike Mancave is lying to us or Bobby Mtaung is lying to us. It's your choice, it's your option. I'm not gonna say believe Mike Mancave, but because of the track record ka Bobby Motaung, I trust Mike Mancave more than Bobby Motaung. I trust the media. Even at times, I believe them sometimes more than the team, because team yet is shady kwesinye isikhathi. Is shady nje kwesinye isikhathi. He went on national television. Mike Mancave even said this ukuthi, because they asked him ukuthi, so you're negotiating, has it joined Chiefs? He's like, no, it's not even close. So that's another thing that he clarified ukuthi, the deal Mango is not even close, but they are talking to Kaizer Chiefs. But then they said, when he was asked again about the potential of Mango joining the Chiefs, he's like, maybe you should ask Bobby Motaung, because he's gone on national television and said they are not looking at signing Ukabatino Mango. Tell me this, because there is some lady on Twitter who said channels like mine are the ones that are causing negativity to Kaizer Chiefs. I'm like, my channel started 5 years after the trophy drought, so how am I at fault? 46 years, how am I at fault for negativity? Because here's the thing, anengizweni Khosi Nation, ngithi mina bafethu, if wena you are going to negotiate with Mike Mancave for Ukabatino Mango and then go on television and say no, it's not happening, how is Mike Mancave going to negotiate with you in future? How is he going to trust you and your word? Uguti, when he's talking to you, you mean what you say and you say what you mean. Because if you won on Friday, we were discussing and then I'm like, yeah, let's look at the finances, man. I'm Mike Mancave now. Let's look at the finances, because Mango wants to play and also wants to get this much money. All right. We'll negotiate this weekend. Thomas Mlambo, Bobby, Mango. Oi, we're not negotiating for Mango. Sengizokuthemba kanjani ke mina ngikhuluma nawe on Friday about Mango, on Saturday usuyampika manje. Usuyampika. Guys, no. And then, because all the time, Tina Kaizer Chiefs fans, which happens, Velek, we defend the Chiefs all the time. We defend the Chiefs, but they pull nonsense like this all the time. Relationships are built on trust. If I don't trust you, I cannot have a relationship with you. A lot of teams have accused Chiefs of being shady, of approaching players and telling them not to extend a contract so that they can get them on free transfers. And all of these things, we sit here, we defend them, but then they go out and pull nonsense like that. Thank God ukuthi yazi ngabe ngithuka enye inhlamba manje kube nje phathi ke sibonga uJesu. Kodwa nje hawu Chiefs. Shem. Uqambelana manga, yazi vethu, there is an alternative to all of this. Are the rumors about Ukabatino Mango true? You don't have to attend to that question. You can just say, we will not talk about a player who's still playing for AmaZulu. You have dismissed the question. We know what you're not talking about the player. If you are not talking about him, you will just say no, which is what he said. But we're finding out that they actually are talking to him. So you have lied instead of dodging the questioning at least. It's also deceptive, Gwaloko, but it's better than lying, because telling half truth is bad. But if you're going to straight up lie, phela ngengithembe mina. Ngake nje ngize ngithembe. Kunzima nje uthi ngithembe. Khona manje mina iChiefs kwesinye isikhathi yangihlukumeza. Emotionally bang-abuse. But manje I can't stop supporting the team. Lokho ngaba supporta ngingane. Because here's the thing ne. I asked a week ago or 2 weeks ago, for 3 weeks ago, I asked them to tell us about the fixtures where we'll be playing games namanje ngabaga spendule. But kumele thina budget for a month manje bona ungitshela ukuthi they haven't planned it all out ukuthi how are we traveling, to which stadiums are we going. Thina nje kumele siplan on the fly and always have money. They just released the kit that we had to buy. I didn't buy it because I'm prioritizing traveling over that. So all of these things, sometimes the way they run the club, they forget to there are also other people who are not just financially invested in supporting the team and want to see the team prosper, but who are also emotionally invested in this. Imagine coming back from work, you like, how Sekgota hambile, how Sekgota ku Stellenbosch, how bakithi ngani bebengenza trade nje bathola umthetho. Mhlawumbe I'm wrong. But give me your own opinions down in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, remember, Khosi aliphela umoya.